Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sexy and Wealthy Mom Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Fast, and I'm super excited to dive into this episode today with all of you. And I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are. I actually have the afternoon to myself today, which is really, really nice. I took the girls to Grandma's house a few hours ago, did an awesome workout, and now I am recording this episode. And then I'm going to take myself to lunch, and then I'm going to take myself to a pedicure, and it's going to be incredible. And I'm celebrating so much right now on my journey, the amount of expansion that I have been experiencing, plus just a clearer path to where I know I am going and what I'm here for. And, this episode is going to focus in on the contrast, right? Like, you want more. We all want more. If you're on a path of growth, there's never like this moment where you're like, oh yeah, great, I accomplished this goal, so now I'm done. Now I'm done, I'm good, I'm just going to not do anything else. I'm just going to stay here. That's the thing. The growth mindset is you're always pushing your edges. You're always pushing for that next level. And in order to be somebody who does do that, who actually breaks through your glass ceilings of income, impact, joy, all of the things, success, on your own terms, of course. And success is very subjective. Right? Success is subjective, and you really have to define your version of it first and foremost. And for me, it's quite simple. It is being able to do what lights me up every single day and to receive more money, and to keep expanding my wealth and to keep impacting my audience through this podcast, through my content, through my trading, all of the things. And really, just having an overflow of energy is a big part of this, being able to hold more. And we, so many people will focus on and celebrating the wins and focusing on the positive and really keeping your emotions in check. It's all part of the work. It's all part of the work because you have to be very careful and mindful of what you are focusing on, right? And it can be easy to see over here what doesn't feel good and what is going wrong, and as relating it to the trading world, relating it to the stock market, the losses, right? Your losses or your red trades or your red days in the market, because there's going to be dips. The market is always going up and down throughout the day. You could be up, just this morning, actually, I was up $2,100 for the week, and then that dipped a little bit. But the week isn't over yet. And it doesn't mean anything. It means it's just feedback. And every single time that I have not got too attached to that, to what the market is doing in the short term, the more I see my account going up over time, even with my small losses that I take. Because there's so many lessons on this journey. And if you are interested in diving more into the stock market and doing more trading for yourself, or just learning more about it, how it could potentially be a really amazing additional stream of income for you. I mean, especially if you're in business and you are building your business and, you want an additional stream of income coming in, you want to really focus in on not just the short-term gains, but the long-term wealth embodiment, then you're going to want to register for my upcoming free experience that's going to be virtual. It's going to be on Zoom, and it's going to be streamed to my Facebook page, Money Magnet. Now that's happening next Wednesday, the 11th. So make sure you go sign up for that if you are interested in this, because it has honestly shifted everything for me. And, you know, coming from someone who used to struggle to receive $2,000 in a month, like, it's just mind-boggling to me the amount I have received, you know, on a consistent basis now. And honestly, like, I was excited to receive $2,000 a month in the market, because it really is something that I can do wherever I want, whenever I want. I don't need clients or sales in order to keep expanding. And it has given me a greater sense of freedom than I've ever had before. And, you know, that's why I believe I am where I am right now, because, you know, I am seeing more, you know, more green, more profits, you know, consistently. And even just last month in November, I was green over $6,800. Like, that's the most I've received in years. Like, that's actually more than I have received, like, in my entrepreneurial journey in 1 month, if I do not count the grant that I received in 2020 during the COVID era. I actually received a grant for my business, a little over $8,000 that I didn't have to pay back. And hey, I'm still counting that. I'm still celebrating that. But, like, it's just crazy how much I've expanded from last November. $100, the month of November was $100 month, and this November 2024 was $6,800. And of course, your mind, now when you start receiving more money and you start locking more profits, your mind is going to play tricks on you. This is the work. Your mind is going to be like, it's going to go all over the place. It's going to go, oh, what if you can't do that again next year? What if this? What if that? Like, all of this stuff comes in, and this is why most people do not expand to that next level, right? They cannot hold it. They can't hold the energy and their power around. Guess what? Even if I don't if I don't receive $6,800 in December, do you think I'm just gonna, like, stop moving forward? That I'm gonna stop showing up for that next level of income and wealth? No, it means that it doesn't mean anything. That's what it means. It doesn't mean anything. And we self-sabotage ourselves all of the freaking time, because our mind wants to keep us safe. Our mind does not know how it's going to happen, right? Your mind is not going to know how you're going to hit that next level, that next milestone. But it's the small steps. It's the you showing up day in and day out, deciding that it's done. Deciding that it's done. Like, not attaching your self-worth to money and allowing it to flow to you. Not forcing it, rather allowing it. Leaning back a bit. You're still going to show up. You're still going to do the things. You're still going to take action. But you're not going to be so attached to it needing to happen in a specific amount of time. This is how it comes faster. And this is what's been true on my journey thus far. And when you are when you're growing and you are very committed to your growth and you want that next level, I know that it can be challenging to just be, right? Because it's like, you just want it to happen. You want it to happen. And, and that is why you've got to be able to hold yourself in that when it's not here yet. When there is the gap. when you have a bad day, like a bad trading day, if we're relating to this to the market, because that's what I'm doing now, or if you're green several days in a row and then you have a red day, or you start off the day, you got a couple of green trades, you're like, yeah, let's go. And then you have a red trade that is greater than those two green trades, and you're like, shit. And you start to notice those emotions going haywire, because money is emotional. Money can be emotional, right? And so the greatest thing that we have to be doing on this journey on a consistent basis is keeping our emotions in check and not attaching the negative ones to, this means that things aren't going to go really awesome the rest of the month, right? This means like, I had a dip in income this week, so that means I'm just going to go hide now and I'm not going to show up and whatever, like nobody needs to know. I'll just be over here like feeling really crappy and thinking that I suck and thinking that I'm a failure and that I'm not worthy of more money and more of all the things that I want, right? And you get to be frustrated. You get to feel those emotions. Like you do. You get to feel that. But you don't let that stop you. You don't let that stop you. And like I have been guilty of this too many times on my journey. And now with all the embodiment tools that I have been implementing in my experience for years, I'm seeing greater results. And it's because I am somebody who shows up no matter what. Like, I remember when I first got into the market, like I was excited to lock my first $5. Like my first $1,000. That was exciting to me. We have to focus on it being exciting, even if it's smaller gains and smaller steps, and focusing on the vision, and then knowing when you are doing too much, right? Like over trading, emotionally trading, like there's so many times where I feel like I need to do something, right? I need to do this because I'm going to feel better after I do it. And that's true most of the time. And then there's other times where I know that I have to go to bed at 7:30, for example, like last night. I had a bit of a headache. I had been, and the thing is like as you're expanding yourself and you are expanding your energetic capacity, like that is what you're doing, and that's what you have to do. You have to be able to hold it, right? If you feel like, I can't handle anymore, I can't hold anymore, well, then the universe is not going to give you any more, right? So you have to be willing to say, you know what? I got this. Like, I got this. And it's okay if it doesn't always feel good. It's okay if I have to take a break. It's okay if I have to, go to bed early once in a while. Like, it's okay to take care of yourself, to take care of your emotions. Holding your emotions is the biggest part of the journey. As you refuse to settle for less than that next level, whatever that is for you. For me now, it's leaning into an $8,000 month, a $10,000 month. Sustaining my portfolio, and continuing to expand it in a way that is keeping me regulated. And what that means is, like, bigger trades, for example, bigger trades equal bigger losses. And I know that. And you should know that too. The risks of the market. When you size bigger, then you do have the potential for a bigger loss. So What I mean by regulating myself, I mean playing smaller positions and making sure that I stick to my rules of my risk tolerance of I'm not willing to lose X amount today. And if I do, then I have to be done for the day. I have to walk away. And that is easier said than done. Like, there has been times when I have overtraded, even on one specific trade. That even happened today. I could have been way more green, but I overtraded a few times. And I was chasing a few trades. And that is all part of the journey. And you are going to repeat the same mistakes and things. You're gonna repeat them, and you're gonna learn, and you're going to keep expanding and showing up. And it's all part of the journey, right? It's all part of the journey. And if you have a greater risk tolerance, then, for example, I am, sometimes I just feel risky, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, this is running, but I'm going to jump in it and see what happens, right? And then if it reverses too hard, then I just get out. Or I set my stop loss and I just get out, right? But that's because I have, locked consistent profits over a year now. And I have payments, like consistent monthly dividends that are coming in. So I kind of go off of what I know is going to be coming in, and then I play according to that. So my goal is 6 figures in my trading accounts, across my accounts, by next year sometime. I would love it to be by like September. But if it's not, then it's fine, because I know it's coming, because I've been doing this for over a year now, and I see a clear path to it. So that's the greatest thing about this, about the market, about what I'm teaching you inside of Money Magnet, is even if you aren't trading as much as I am, you can still lock consistent profits, even if it's $20 extra a day, $50 extra a day, $100 extra a day. That adds up. Even if you just start, you play an hour a day, and then you start putting some funds into these large caps, building your dividend portfolio, expanding from there, and then, now you want to play 2 hours a day. Now you want to play a little bit more. And it gets to be your way. It gets to be your rules. That's the best thing about this. Like, I love it. So I love showing up for pre-market. I love being there for the bell, for the market open. And once in a while, I'll even do some trading in the afternoon. It just really depends on how I feel and what's going on in my schedule. And, I can do it from my phone. I can do it from my computer. I'm actually getting a really awesome setup here in the next few days. Most likely Monday is going to be when that is getting set up, thanks to my hubby. And he is actually doing this too, which is really fun. And honestly, I am just so freaking lit up about this, even when I have a dip in the market. Even when I have a dip in the market, once again, I believe that more money is on the way. I believe that. I have started seeing a lot more evidence that is possible. And that's because I have been taking the action, and I've been expanding my energetic capacity. And that is what it takes. Once again, if you don't believe that you can hold or handle more, or if you don't trust yourself with money, or you have a bad relationship with money, or you let your emotions drive you, you let fear and the negativity take you over, and that's what you're focusing on the majority of the time, this probably isn't for you. Like, straight up, like, this is probably not for you. You have to have a high emotional intelligence, and you have to be willing to hold more of not just what you want, but of what you don't want. The duality is always going to be there, regardless if you have what you want or not, or you're on a path of clear evidence that you're attracting more of what you want. You're still going to have to navigate the contrast. You're still going to have to hold your negative emotions. You're still going to have to shift yourself anytime you're focusing on what you don't want. That is part of the journey. So as I expand my energetic capacity, I know that taking care of myself is priority. It's number one. My energy comes first. So last night, for example, I went to bed super early. It was incredible. Like, I slept like a baby. I needed that. But you have to allow yourself to follow those nudges, right? When you're pushing yourself, it's like, yeah, you have to push to your edges of discomfort, and then you have to take care of yourself in that process. And then overflow, more abundance, more of what you want, more pleasure, more money, more fuck yes clients, more inspiration, more opportunities, more of all the things, because you're the embodiment of somebody who can handle and hold more of all of the things, of what you want and what you don't want. And not everything is going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to repeat mistakes, especially in the market. You're human. It's going to happen. Like, sometimes your emotions are going to drive you, even though you don't want them to. Sometimes you're going to be frustrated. Sometimes you're going to be triggered. Sometimes you're going to be just down on yourself. You're going to be down on yourself. You're going to, believe that you can do better, that you can be better, that you're worthy of more, and all these things are going to pop up, right? But you got to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself grace in this process, and you have to just love yourself. You have to come back to self-love. You have to hold those emotions and do whatever you need to do behind the scenes to keep them in check, so they are not what's radiating out of you, right? So you can still have the fear, you can still have the shit pop up, you can still have the contrast of your reality, but what you are radiating, what is your energetic aura, what space you're creating and holding and expanding, that is what you want. All right? That is what you want, because that's what you're focused on, and that's what you're committed to. You're committed to doing whatever it takes. You're committed to being whoever it takes. And that's it. It's done. It's already done. More of everything that you want is already on the way. So I'm already celebrating 50K in my trading accounts, even though it isn't here yet, but it's close. It's closer than it's ever been. I'm closer to 50K than I am to 20K. Let's just put it that way, right? So I'm closer to 50K than I am to even 25K. Even more so. Yeah. 30. Yeah. I'm closer to 50K than I am to 30K. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not stopping there. So, yeah. If you're here for it, if you're here for more, if you have a really good life and you're going for great, because why not? Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You're ambitious, you're driven, you're here to keep expanding yourself even through the discomfort. You're here to live an extraordinary life and to keep on growing. Limitless growth over a lifetime. We have so much time. We have so much time. There's so much time. We don't have to put so much unnecessary pressure on ourselves, even though it's easy to do, right? When you want that next level, you can get impatient. You can get impatient and sabotage yourself. So let this be your reminder that there's no rush. That as long as you are doing the things, taking steps forward, then you're going in the right direction. You're taking action, you're going in the right direction. You're showing up in the reality you want, you're taking action. It's happening. It's happening because there's no other option. There's no other option. So celebrate it. Celebrate every fucking day, every single step you make. Seriously, I need the reminder too. I need to celebrate every single day. Because this is incredible. It is incredible. The market is incredible. It's an incredible opportunity. There's so many opportunities, limitless opportunities to profit every single day. Every single day. Even when the market is bearish, there is opportunities every single day. And I will show you inside of my upcoming experience, Money Magnet. So make sure you register for that. Make sure you're subscribed to this podcast for all the things flowing through me to you. And if you're not already following me over on social media, I am active in creating content. I am on Facebook and Instagram at Awaken You Coaching. So make sure you're following me over there. And that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of it. And I will talk with you inside of the next episode. All right. Bye, everybody.